Alright, so this is probably my first vlog on this channel. I'm just about to go to the park right now. I'm gonna play some basketball, shoot around. I'm gonna go do some sprints for a little bit, and then, I'm probably gonna hit the store later today. But right now it's really nice outside. It's sunny, it's warm, the sun's out, so, I just love being out in the sun. I've already been out in the sun probably for like 45 minutes to an hour, but it's super nice. So I'm like, man, let's go get a good workout in. All right, y'all. So we're heading to the park right now. It feels so weird since I've cut my hair. Let me make sure I got my basketball, y'all. That's one thing I gotta check. I got my basketball. It's nice outside, yo. Okay. What did I do? Damn. Hold on. It's pretty flat. Let me pump some air in this. I'll be back. All right, y'all. So I didn't find the pump for my basketball, so my basketball's kind of flat. So that's how we're gonna have to do this, But yeah, I haven't played basketball in a while. The last time I went to the gym, it's been quite a bit of time. But I used to play basketball growing up. That's all I did. But the last time I was in the gym, I was dunking. I'm still able to dunk. Right now where I'm about to go is a park, and it's like double rims. So I think the rims are like, regulation is 10 feet. The rims here are like 10.2 or 10.3. And plus you're playing on concrete, so that hurts. It's harder on your knees. I'm average height. I'm like 5'8", 5'9", so but yeah, I'll see you guys there. All right, so we made it to the park. It's just a couple minutes away from my house, but that's what it looks like. Got some soccer fields, baseball fields. Got the basketball hoops over there. Man, I had a lot of memories up here. A lot of games. Played a lot of basketball up here. Late nights. Used to spend all day. I used to spend hours just training. Before Muay Thai, I play basketball my whole life and spend all day. I used to put up like 400 to 500 makes every single day. I used to shoot a lot. And yeah, so brings me back. It's super nice outside though. I haven't been here. It's probably been a couple months, but I don't come here as often as I used to. That's a fact, but it's super nice. And it's only like 3 o'clock right now. Nobody's out. Alright, y'all, so been out here for a while. I'm gonna see if I can still touch the rim. I will not be able to dunk on this because this is a double rim, so the rims are like 10.2, 10.3. But let's see if I can still touch the rim. The last time I got my dunk was probably like 2 months ago. I was at the rec center, but yeah, I haven't even stretched. Typically I never really have to stretch. I can just go up and do it. My body does feel a little tight, especially my legs, because I haven't been working out or doing anything like that, or Muay Thai. But yeah, let's see. I have to put this over here because hopefully you guys will be able to see it from here, because I don't have anywhere to position my camera. All right. Close enough, you know. Hopefully I got that clearly on video. I don't know how it looks, but all right. So I'm gonna try to get it from this side too. Just gonna let's position it over here. All right, as you guys can see on that first jump, I jumped too late and I completely missed. But that second one was way easier. But yeah, man, I used to come up here all the time, bro, growing up as a kid. Used to shoot all day, played a lot of games. And like I said, I would spend hours. I would do like 200, 300, 400 makes. That's how many shots I would have to make until I left. So in high school, I was more of a sharpshooter. I was always super fast and athletic. I have my highlights on YouTube. I think I highlighted it in this community, the community section of this YouTube channel. But I have another channel, and it shows my basketball highlights and my dunking journey. But yeah, I've always been just naturally fast and athletic, and also just a sharpshooter. So that's why I used to just stay out here shooting all day by myself, just like this. I never listen to music. Most people have to listen to music to get themselves pumped up. I would never really do that. You know, just, I don't know, it's just better having a completely clear and empty mind. And this is very like therapeutic to me, you know, so I just loved it. And then eventually over time, I ended up getting a basketball court or a basketball hoop, and I put that in my backyard. So I think if you guys have watched some of my videos, you could tell in my backyard I have 2 basketball hoops. So, but yeah, this is the park I always grew up at. I always grew up playing here. Had a lot of battles here, a lot of fun. It brings back a lot of memories. Right now when I was just shooting, it like tripped me out, man. I felt like a little kid again. But I'm gonna shoot a little bit more, and I'm gonna go do some sprints and do some grounding. As you can see, it looks super nice back there. Missing a lot of shots there. Man, haven't played in... When you stop playing basketball, you go a while without playing, you eventually lose like your first step and all that. But as soon as you start training again, playing again, all of that stuff comes back. You know, I felt like I always had like a really good first step, but like even now when I play, it just feels a little slower. But that's just normal. It's just because I haven't played in so long. Same with dunking. You know, even when I had my last dunk, you know, like 2 months ago, it doesn't feel, I don't feel as bouncy as I once used to, and that's just because I don't play anymore. You know, I'm not trying this stuff all the time. But in high school, man, I was super bouncy, you know, and that's just because I was playing all the time. I was jumping super far and super high, you know. It was just easy. It was just second nature, you know. Every time I went up for a dunk, I just got it, you know, because I was basically doing that all the time. But like now, since I don't play, you know, your legs feel a little tight and heavy, you know. So yeah, if I start playing again more, man, it'll come back. But as you guys can see, man, I was missing a lot of shots, bro. Missing a lot. That's how you know I haven't played in a while. Alright, so right now I'm just walking back to my car, but they have a pull-up bar, and I'm gonna just figure it out. Why not go hit some pull-ups and then some chin-ups. You know, I haven't done that in a while either. And then I'm gonna go do some sprints and go back home, take a little shower, and then go to the grocery store just to get some coconut water and maybe some other stuff that I find. But yeah, it's super nice out, y'all. Alright, so I'm out here at the pull-up bar. I used to come out here every once in a while just to do like calisthenics, just to do pull-ups, you know, chin-ups, muscle-ups, different things like that. So we'll see if I can still hit a pull-up or a muscle-up. But this is what it looks like back here. It's pretty nice. It's just like in a random spot. I've always thought that was a little funny. But let me set my camera and all that down. So that was about like 10 pull-ups. I think the form was good. If I'm being completely honest with you guys, I do not work out. Like, the only form of workout that I do is just Muay Thai, like all that. And that's like, it's like a lot of cardio based, you know. You're sweating a lot. We would do like push-ups and stuff like that every now and then. Sometimes we use like dumbbells for certain workouts, but we're using really low weight. But yeah, I don't really do any of this. Honestly, I probably have to do it more. I need to start doing calisthenics more again, like I used to in the past. But it's never been the same to me. It's never been like Muay Thai, you know, something like that, a martial art. You're able to just let everything out. If you go to the gym, a regular gym, and you start working out and you're screaming and you're yelling and you're cussing at yourself, you're probably gonna get kicked out and people are gonna think you're really weird. But like in the Muay Thai gym, that's allowed. You could do all of that. That's why I loved it, because you're just able to let everything out, everything inside of you. You're able to let all of it out, you know. And you know, probably to some people in there too, it might be a little intimidating, but like it's kind of more expected. in a fight gym. So it's whatever. And I think like the coaches like it, and the other people that compete, they like it because it shows that you're actually taking it seriously. You're not just there to F around or to, you know, treat it like a social club or treat it like, you know, as a form of validation, because that's the reality. A lot of people do it for those reasons. Everybody's reason's different, but yeah. Let's see if I could get a muscle up though, man. It's been so long since I've tried this. Alright, y'all, let's try this muscle up, man. I haven't done this in I don't know how long, but it's been a long time. Let's see if I can get that. I'm gonna have to go quick. As you guys just saw, I got one, but that seems to only be that I just have one in me. I was only able to do one. I wasn't able to do any more, but yeah, it's been a long time since I've done one of those. The thing is once you get these things, like if you ever try to do a muscle up, it'll take some time. I think it took me maybe like a month or two eventually to get it down, but once you get it down, like it's just ingrained. It's like muscle memory. You could go like a couple years without doing it, but after a couple tries, or after maybe just one try, you'll be able to get it down again. That's the same thing with dunking. You know, when I first, for years I couldn't dunk. I was always trying to dunk, couldn't dunk, and then eventually I got my first dunk. After that, it just became second nature, and it was just easy. I went years without dunking, and then eventually I tried it again, and after a couple tries, it came back again. So yeah, that's just what happens. But I'm gonna go do some sprints right now. So yeah. All right, so I'm about to do my sprints. All right, just tie my shoes. Just gonna do a couple, get out of here. I haven't done sprints in shit, I don't know how long. And like I said, to be honest, I don't ever really do these. When I was, you know, my form of cardio has always been just basketball or just Muay Thai training. That's been it. But yeah, let me go do some of these. Alright, y'all, so my phone stopped recording as I was doing the rest of my sprints. But yeah, just did some sprints. Probably gonna go home real quick. I'm gonna take a shower and go hit the grocery store and then get some stuff to drink. But yeah, it's been nice out. Right now it is it's about to be 4 o'clock. See the time right there. And for people wondering, this ring on my finger, it's an Oura ring. Track my sleep. I'm into all of that. My recovery. All this stuff is very important to me. Alright, so it's probably been like, I just spent like 45 minutes out here just shooting hoops. You know, I went to go do some pull-ups, muscle-ups, did some sprints. I've been out in the sun for a good amount. As you guys could tell, I've probably been in total today, I've been out in the sun for, it's probably been like two and a half hours. The UV rays are probably pretty high, even still at this time. And as you guys could tell, like I've said in previous videos, I do not sunburn. Like I said, if you sunburn, that's a sign that your body is acidic, it's sick, it's unhealthy, it's trying to communicate something with you. It's actually funny because right now someone passed right by me and they were really sunburnt, like really bad. And we have very similar complexions. And people will always say like it's genetics and different things like that, but I believe that epigenetics play a far greater role. Your diet, the stuff that you consume, the stuff that you put on your skin, all of that stuff. As you could tell, even from the videos, like, you do not see any sunburn on my skin. You don't see my skin reddening. If anything, right now, it's just tanning. It's a little darker. I know it's kind of hard to tell on the camera, but it's just a light tan that I have. But after a workout like that, you know, sometimes your hair can get a little messy. So for the people that do not know, I use bamboo brushes. I use bamboo combs. This is very important. This is good for your hair. It gives it those nice waves. It makes your hair look good all the time. If you use those plastic combs or those plastic brushes, those are very bad for your hair. It makes your hair dry and frizzy, and it just makes it look bad overall. So what's nice about this is, you know, you just get out after you come back from running, you could just comb your hair just like that, and as you could see the difference. It just looks way better. That's literally it. You know, it gives your hair like more volume, more waves. It just looks better overall. And I just recently cut my hair just because, you know, I wanted to reset. You know, sometimes I feel like when you want to reset and when you want to let go of certain energy, you just have to cut your hair. But I like to cut my hair and then I like to grow it out. So I always like to cut it to this length and then just let it grow out super long. And then whenever I feel like cutting it, I just cut it, you know. But yeah, there's never anything wrong with cutting your hair and just getting a you know, a quick little reset, you know. But yeah, so for now, I'm gonna keep growing out my hair, and it grows extremely fast, which is really good, because in the past it used to grow really slow. I used to have like hair loss issues, and you know, my hair was just super dry and thinning, and it was not good. But like I said, all of that stuff is interconnected. It's a sign of how healthy you are internally. So your internal health will reflect on how you look externally, in your skin, your hair, all of that, your eyes, you know, your teeth. Another thing too is, like, I have all my wisdom teeth. I remember growing up, they always told me you got to get rid of your wisdom teeth. Alright, so like I was saying, the video just cut off. This kind of happens quite often when I'm recording. The video would just cut off, but I still have my wisdom teeth. I have all 4 of them. They all grew in perfectly. When I was around 15, 16 years old, the dentist told me to remove them because he said it was going to cause problems in life, and he was telling me all the scary things that happens and why you need to get them removed, even if they are not causing any issues. But thank God I did not fall for that at the time, you know, because around that same time is when I started to make lifestyle changes. I started to change my diet, literally everything, diet, like the stuff that I put on my skin, you know, to toothpaste, like literally everything. Like, I was researching everything, and around that time, coincidentally, my wisdom teeth stopped hurting. Like, when they were growing in, they were causing pain, but when I started switching from like fluoride-free toothpaste, more natural toothpaste, all of that pain went away. When I started eating more natural, the way humans are intended to eat, right? Stopped eating processed foods, garbage, like, my wisdom teeth completely stopped hurting, and they started to grow in perfectly. Because I remember a year after that, when I went back to the dentist, he asked me like, hey, do your wisdom teeth hurt? And I said, no, they don't. He was telling me, he's like, they actually seem to have grown in perfectly, but we need to monitor this over time. But he was just telling me that they grew in perfectly, and that to him that was pretty like rare. But it just kind of hit me, like, I really think it's just because of the unnatural way of living that we all have. People eat unnatural. They put the fluoride, they use the fluoride toothpaste, and there's nothing inherently wrong with fluoride. There's 2 different forms. There's the like natural form of fluoride, and there's the synthetic form. So like the medical industry uses the synthetic form. So like fluoride actually in small amounts is actually good for you. You know, I know a lot of people, there's a lot of controversy around fluoride, but yeah, I've used Miswak to brush my teeth, and that contains like small amounts of fluoride, and that's actually good for you. But that's what a lot of like tribes use. They actually use Miswak, and they have really like white teeth, and their teeth are very healthy, and you know, they don't go to the dentist or anything like that, and they have better teeth than most Americans. So yeah, make sure you guys check that out. But all right, y'all, so right now about to go to the grocery store, get some food, you know. Just kind of resting right now. I took a quick shower, and you know, let's get some food. I'm not gonna lie, this is like my first vlog, and it's kind of like enjoyable. I could definitely see myself doing more of these, especially as I travel more in the future. I think it'll be a lot of good content, you know. But yeah, I plan on doing more of this stuff. But right now, let's just get to the store. All right, y'all. So we've made it to the store. It's a natural health food store. About to get some stuff and then go from there. These are so good, y'all. I don't know if any of y'all have ever tried these elemental bars, but they are so good. This is what I get all the damn time. It has super clean ingredients also. All right, so I won't lie, that's all I came to get. All I came to get was these elemental bars. I'm about to go hit another grocery store and get some like coconut water and some other stuff. Probably some meat. I forgot to show y'all, but they sell raw milk there too. But I don't get my raw milk from there. I get it from somewhere else. That place is a little expensive. It's on the higher side, man. Like just for like sometimes I get the meat there too, because it does come from a farm, from a local farm. So sometimes I'll go there to get the meat. But you know, I don't really get too much at this place. I just always come here to get these elemental bars that are pretty hard to find. Well, they pretty much sell them everywhere, but you know, most natural health food stores sell them. But they're super clean. If you guys have never tried them, you'll have to try them out. These are the ingredients of the elemental bar. As you can see, it is very clean. It doesn't get any cleaner than this. You know, so I always have these, especially you know, before training or after training. It's just a good way to fuel your body real quick, and it's healthy. You know, but those ingredients, it doesn't get any cleaner than this, and it tastes really good, which is the most important part. Got some grass-fed meat. I'm gonna get some of this. All right, y'all, that pretty much concludes this whole video. As you guys saw about the two coconut waters. There's 15 of them in there, so that's 30 total. That was just $9.99. And I also got three grass-fed ground beef. It was like about a pound. So yeah, it says right here, but total saved was about $30. So it's pretty good, because most coconut water is super pricey, especially if you get it in like a case or a pack. But yeah, that's pretty much the end of this video, y'all. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'm definitely going to continue to make more of these. I really had fun actually just making this video, like just everything. So I'm going to definitely do this more, especially as I go out, you know, to other cities and, you know, out the country, you know. So it'll be cool.